Flew 18 hours to attend my sister's wedding. At the venue, my parents stopped me. Only family is allowed. You weren't invited. Leave. Heartbroken, I left. 3 days later, Mom called. The bill is $38,000. How will you pay? I laughed and said something. Mom gasped. I signed every vendor contract for that wedding. The venue, the caterer, the florist, the photographer. All four. My name, my card number, my signature on every page. And I did it because my mother asked me to. 2 months before the wedding, on a Wednesday morning, when she knew I'd be at my desk and too tired to push back. She called it a favor. We just need someone with good credit to hold the contracts. You won't pay a cent. The family handles it after. Word for word. I know because I wrote it down. I live in London. 6 years now. Good job, stable salary, decent credit score. Which, as it turns out, was the only thing my family actually valued about me. When my younger sister got engaged, I was genuinely happy. Called her the same day. Started looking at flights that week. Nobody told me not to come. Nobody mentioned a guest list I wasn't on. Nobody used the word uninvited, not once. Until I was standing outside a barn in Tennessee, navy dress, wrapped gift in my hands, 18 hours of travel on my body, and my own mother was blocking the entrance like she'd been stationed there. She kept her voice low. Only family is allowed. You weren't invited. Leave. I stood there long enough for a couple to walk past and smile at us. That polite smile people give when they sense something is wrong but don't want to know what. My mother smiled back at them. Warm, easy. The second they passed, her face went flat. Mom, I signed every contract for this wedding. This isn't about money. Please don't make a scene. My dad was in the doorway behind her. He saw me. He put his hands in his pockets and looked at the floor. I set the gift down on the stone step gently. 32 years of being careful not to make things worse. I walked back to the rental car and sat there while the string quartet started up inside. Canon in D, slow and golden through the barn windows. The string quartet I paid for. I didn't drive away immediately. 18 hours of travel, $3,000 out of pocket. My signature on $41,000 in contracts because my mother said it was just paperwork. And I was sitting in the parking lot. I drove back to the hotel and opened my laptop. The invoices had already landed. Cheerful automated emails with little logos at the top. Your remaining balance is due within 5 business days of the event. Venue, $14,800. Catering, $12,600. Florals, $6,200. Photography, $4,400. $38,000 total. Everyone addressed to me. My name, my card, my obligation, unless I said otherwise. I picked up the phone, called the venue first. Hi, this is Athena Sinclair, the contract holder for Saturday's event. I won't be authorizing the final payment. I wasn't present at the event, and I'm requesting the balance be redirected to the event hosts, the Sinclair family in Cedar Bluff, Tennessee. A pause. A few questions. Then, understood, Ms. Sinclair. We'll update our records. Called the caterer. Same script. Then the florist. Then the photographer. 4 calls. 12 minutes. Then I called my bank and canceled the card tied to all 4 contracts. New number. Done. I booked the earliest flight back to London, changed into pajamas, made tea, and slept straight through for the first time in days. 3 days later, she called. Soft voice. Careful. The one she only brings out when she wants something. Honey, I just got a call from the venue. They said you removed your authorization. The bill is $38,000. How do we handle this? I let her finish. You handle it. I said, I don't. Athena, don't be dramatic. This was just a misunderstanding. You told the groom's mother you only have one daughter. You called me a distant relative. To my face. That's not a misunderstanding. That's a decision. Silence. $38,000, I said. That's what it costs to throw a party for a family I'm apparently not part of, so the family covers the bill. She gasped. Then the line went dead. She called back 40 minutes later. No softness this time. The venue is calling me. The caterer is calling me. I'm getting invoices forwarded to my inbox with your name crossed out. Probably about as humiliating as being called a cousin at your own sister's wedding. She had nothing for that. So she hung up again. I put the kettle on, stood at the window. My apartment overlooks a small courtyard with a plane tree that makes a mess of the neighbor's bicycle every autumn. Nothing special, just mine. For the first time in years, I didn't owe anyone anything. The silence didn't feel like loss. It felt like the first full breath I'd taken in a long time.